See, no, the problem you got, Bernard and Hillary and the Robo Knight, is your broadcast, because you can't flaunt that something existed and then tell everybody in the world during your broadcast that it doesn't exist, Bernard. For one to exist, that means others had to exist, other realities had to exist, and if those two existed, then the other ones had to exist. So again, Harry and Joe and Bernard and Antilles, it means you're fucking lying sacks of shit, and you might have taken away other people's white paradigm. Or their, you know, their mermaid, right? Clear blue water. And they sit there and they're remembering Bernard, the 80s child, and then, you know, the water park or all this stuff. So when you're four breaming, pedophiling, lying sacks of shit fags, Taco Joe and Bitted Bet for, and you tell people and you broadcast Ellery and Bernard about an existence of something, and then you guys are the ones that are running around stealing it and lying to everyone. See, the police officer rolled by, he's still cooler than groups of you. I'll show them how to solve the carny crap story of Bernard and Karen and the country and western hillbilly hicks of lies. Or your people wouldn't show up and they'd be in a different state of mind and condition, Bernard. Ghetto lifer of repeat. What makes you dumb, Bernard, is that they showed millions of people that reality existed, and then who and what destroyed them in the lies. Your racism, fucking hillbilly hick boy, isn't going to get you, let you get away with everything every time. But it does show who's always the ones responsible for all the problems. So I don't know if, you know, too many hot, super hottie chicks would want to sleep with some hillbilly rapist hick like you, or Doug King types, Bernard. Or David Ballamore fags of poo for the Judy Shepherds of the Pity Defats that get in the way. Or, you know, Indian women in the mannerisms and Ellery's mannerisms and Jim Hall, Bill Duvall country and western, you know, hillbilly hick way. So you want to be careful, Bernard, because they watch. And those people have been waiting for it. Maybe they're waiting for the 80s child again that you guys killed. So if that reality had to exist, others had to exist too. The water park, Disney, all this stuff that you guys show. Taco Joe. So you guys like to create problems to watch people live in misery. GPS Night, like I said, there's a style or behavior or personality of certain types of people that's consistent. Bernard, as you lie about doing that shit to other people, and you broadcast it, hope when people watch it on there, it's gonna be the dude on the TV, the you. Harry did it too. Man, you're so super fag, Bernard, and your Indian fade out the broadcast with Ellery and that shit mess you guys keep making with the ham radios or whatever, walkie-talkies, and beaming that fucking experimentating shit, Team El Cortez. And lying to everyone to cover up that you're rapist, pedophile, sick shit thieves. They're not as dumb as you think, Bernard. They understand what torture chambers and all that stuff is and the methods people use. So be careful, Morgan, Steve Jones, and Bernard, and the Freemans, and Taco Joe, and Karen, Pepsi Center, Clarita, and Karen, as you stalky to cover up your mass murder and destruction. With the Banshee Indian style way. I mean, that really doesn't seem to fade away too much from the Jonestowns and the Negroes, especially when you start to emulate or make fun of Heather and my kindergarten teacher and the bus incident, trying to make that think that Don Wiley and all that nasty ass fucking shit you do, but it don't work that way. But I mean, it's always carny cycles of dumb shit, so they figure out how the routine works out here and how you guys collect info. I don't think making fun of women and their hygiene worked out too great for your Bitted Fats there and your team, Bernard, because they seem to be having a increase of a problem the more and more they lie about the situation. You know, it's funny how that is with you African Americans. I don't know if that was the greatest ideal for
an idea to gain power multiple times in a row as the Blue Boy boxes of abuse. So it actually proves they use it as their tool, the Blue Boy boxes in the tree, and which ones, like I said, they do for the bitten, per leaders of the bitten. Right? So remember, Bernard, with the mermaid here, you might have taken somebody else's white beardy and some other families who actually knew what they were doing, and then you run an insult, Freeman's, and into this thinking it's funny for the Dr. Demento style, huh? So just remember, Bernard, several girls over here, always from their back. So be careful, Bernard, because you guys stole and fucked over a lot of people. For one reality to exist, the others had to have as well. And well, if we didn't have to deal with country and western hoedown, hillbilly rodeo of screw and the latter that you guys created, and you know, the carny mode, all the things that don't belong, Bernard, it probably would work. So be careful when you tell a bunch of people something exists and then turn around and say they're wrong, Bernard, because, you know, the cops and everybody know, and the military knows, and they're good at what they do, showing how cool they are at solving the problem and exposing those of you who are that stupid to destroy things we need. So for some of you, you might think it's a game, for others not. So you can profess that Joe and you guys are the greatest beings on earth, but I can assure you this, Joe, and Harry and Bernard, in certain circles of families in the world, you're the anything but the hero.